You only oppose attacks on Israel. You support attacks on non-Israelis. On Monday, let's say his name. Shaban Ahmed, 19 years old. No. You don't get to interrupt me. Sorry, you do not get to interrupt me. You have to get taking the high ground on interruptions. You'll come back in. Piers will bring you back in. I'm going to finish my point uninterrupted. Otherwise, don't be a hypocrite, as well as someone who represents fascists. A 19-year-old young man, Shaban Ahmed, was a software engineering student.
You're the one who is paid by
Can I finish my sentence, Piers, or is it going to be one way?
Jonathan, just wait, Jonathan.
Piers,
I will bring you.
Piers, you can't tell me not to interrupt. Otherwise, this conversation will.
No, Mehdi, finish your point, and I'll bring Jonathan in.
Oh, please don't threaten us, Mehdi.
Don't worry, Piers. I will.
Here so desperately.
Okay, Mehdi, finish your point.
A 19-year-old. You keep interrupting, Jonathan. People can see what a hypocrite you are.
Yeah, speaking about serving, and then I'll address the points that you've mentioned. Speaking about serving and standing up for something, I indeed served for 24 years in the IDF, and I'm a proud Israeli Zionist, and I'm a proud Israeli patriot. And I also am very proud of my service, including as a spokesperson, but also including as a combat officer in the IDF. I know what I stand for. I am asking, what do you stand for? What kind of values do you stand for?
I don't stand for killing civilians like your military. I don't support raping detainees like your military did.
You'll get to answer.
Well, Jonathan, did you witness rape? You were a combatant officer. Did you witness the rape of detainees?
Mehdi, you will get to answer.
You asked me a question.
Mehdi, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Don't ask me questions if you don't want answers.
I stand for a country that is, Mehdi, you spoke, now I speak. I ask, and I will ultimately would like to hear your answer to it, what values you represent.
The New York Times this week reported that your military sent children, Palestinian children, as human shields into booby-trapped tunnels and buildings. Is that what you did, Jonathan? Can you tell us today, did you ever send a Palestinian child as a human shield into a tunnel? Because the New York Times is saying your military did that. The World Food Programme is saying your military is starving the people of northern Gaza. Did you starve people when you were in the military, Jonathan? What do you stand for? Starvation? Mass rape? Ethnic cleansing, genocide? Every human rights group in the world says your military is an abuser of human rights. I don't know how many human rights you yourself have personally abused. I don't know if you turned a blind eye to rape on your custody. I don't know if you killed children at at point-blank range like Israeli snipers did to people carrying white flags. You can tell us today how many people you've killed or how many people you've tortured. I'll be here all day.
Listen, Mehdi, sometimes enough is enough, and
we saw
your
it with our own
level
eyes.
of vitriol
we saw a woman with a white flag. Jonathan, we've seen people.
All right, you've asked questions, Mehdi. Let him respond.
We've seen people gunned down with white flags.
All right, Mehdi, let him respond.
It's all documented.
What you are saying, your list of false allegations and your list of nonsense that you are spewing out,
everything true,
unfounded things, that the fact that someone wrote it doesn't make it true. All of these things that you say
we saw people with white flags gunned down in front of our eyes.
By someone.
Jonathan, Piers has seen it, and I've seen it, and everyone watching this show has seen it.
All of what you are saying is slanted and biased, and I read parts of your book, and I know exactly what you're doing.
We watched it, Jonathan.
What you're doing is trying to use.
Thank you for reading the book. It's called Win Every Argument, and you're losing.
Well, let other peoples be the judge of that.
Piers can tell us. Piers can tell us.
But what I can
Piers,
say,
have you watched unarmed people gunned down by the IDF, Piers? Why don't you jump in as a moderator and clarify who's telling the truth?
Mehdi, I can say categorically, Mehdi, that under the circumstances that Israel finds itself under, I cannot think of any military that would behave in a more humane way. And I say that in 100% sincerity, without blinking.
The International Criminal Court Chief Prosecutor disagrees with you,
and
Jonathan.
I will continue to say it, Mehdi, and I will continue to say it despite for Hamas and Hezbollah and Iranian apologists like yourself. And I will continue to say it and know that I stand on firm ground. Is Israel perfect? Do we never make mistakes? Definitely not. Israel. Well, you just said that Israel was the one that attacked Iran when Iran was minding its own business, which is absolutely ludicrous.
Facts don't care about your feelings, Jonathan. April 2024,
you are
Israel
the one
did
who's
bomb
trying to
an
play
Iranian
on
consulate
feelings.
in Syria.
Mehdi, you are the one who's only trying to play on feelings and on sad stories.
If you don't respond to any facts, it's up to Piers and his show.
Here's what I think, guys. I think it's... Okay, Mehdi.
I can't believe that, 23 months into this, I'm still having to come on these shows and fact-check this kind of nonsense propaganda from pro-Israel people. As you pointed out,
in a position
Piers,
to fact-check
they are on the record. Orit Strouk, They are on. Yeah, I can actually fact check. Let's give some facts. Bezalel Smotrich has said very clearly the hostages are not the priority.
You're not the representative of
the
fact,
settlements
Mehdi
minister.
Hassan.
Can I speak without being interrupted?
Let him speak,
Jonathan.
Jonathan, he
you
was
had a
quiet.
chance for your propaganda. I didn't interrupt you.
Was quiet.
I will interrupt you for the next 20 minutes.
Jonathan, he allowed you to speak without interruption. Let Mehdi do the same.
Fine.
You can come back in and lie again in a moment. I'll give the facts to the viewers. Please.
Well, I think, okay, hang on, let me jump in.
No, hold on, I'm finishing my point, Piers.
Jonathan, let him finish and I'll come to you.
You're part of a military that has been investigated for sexual violence and rape against Palestinians. Did that happen on your watch? Did you sign off on what the UN says is sexual and gender
Let me ask Jonathan a question. Okay, Jonathan.
A military that bombed a hospital last week, Jonathan.
Okay,
your military bombed a hospital.
Let me ask Jonathan an IDF question.
Bombed a hospital.
Let me ask Jonathan.
Only a sociopath would defend that.
All right, let me ask Jonathan a question, which is, as a former IDF man and spokesman, it is reported that behind the closed-door overnight meeting, IDF's Chief of Staff, Major General Ayal Zamir, vehemently opposed a Gaza City takeover, which he has repeatedly warned would endanger the lives of his soldiers and the remaining hostages held by Hamas. That was the Times of Israel reporting that. Are you not concerned as a former IDF man that the guy who's the Chief of Staff of the IDF right now thinks this is a disastrous policy in the making?
Yeah, so this is the first time in the program that we're actually talking something that's grounded somewhere close to facts, not all of the nonsense that Mehdi was spewing out. And by the way, I'll answer the question, Piers, but by the way, Mehdi,
I quoted
let him speak, Mehdi.
Deal with the Smotrich quote.
No, you've been misrepresenting, cherry-picking.
No, don't talk over each other, Mehdi. Let Jonathan respond.
Cherry-picking anything.
Let him answer my question.
We conquer, cleanse, and remain in Gaza. No, that's the factual quote.
Right, please let him answer my question.
Which Netanyahu agreed with.
All right, Jonathan, answer my question, please.
I'll answer the question. So,
Jonathan?
Yeah, it's, it's various levels of ridiculous. But listen, Mehdi, there's been a job opening. Israel finally got rid of Abu Ubaidah, a very prolific and well-to-do Hamas
You've really got to get better with your Hamas propaganda. You're a racist,
small man.
genocidal, war criminal.
Man.
You support war criminals.
Well,
you're trying to put a target on me? Are you and Elon Levy trying to put a target on me? Are you trying to put a target on me? You keep saying I'm Hamas, and you support killing Hamas.
You've done it with Elon, and it won't work with me, little Mehdi. Little Mehdi, you've done that shtick with Elon. It doesn't impress me. But I'm telling you is that if you improve your Arabic just a bit,
you keep saying I'm Hamas based on nothing.
If you improve your Arabic just a bit, I think you are well on track to become a very prolific spokesperson for Hamas.
Your troops engaged in sexual violence against Palestinian women.
Abu Ubaidah.
You're being investigated in the International Criminal Court.
Touting Hamas's propaganda lies.
That is committing genocide, Jonathan.
Mehdi, you are touting Hamas's propaganda lies. You are regurgitating things from April and from September.
The genocidal Israeli military.
Let me jump in. Jonathan, let me jump in, please.
Israeli military.
All right.
And now you want to kill every journalist that speaks out against you.
Yeah, Jonathan.
You killed 5 journalists last week.
Jonathan, on that,
but I think you would do an excellent job of replacing Abu Ubaidah.
Your military killed 5 journalists.
Let me ask a question, please.
And you're doing a great job. And you're doing a great job as Julius Streicher.
All right, let me ask a question because nobody can hear either of you. Nobody can hear either of you.
That's how history will remember you.
Let me ask you, Jonathan. Jonathan, about the incident
there were no Hamas cameras on the roof. It's a ridiculous new phase of Israeli propaganda to say it was a Hamas camera justified killing 20 people, which was insane. Okay, let me speak if you stop interrupting. If you stop interrupting, then I'll deal with that lie. You already said it. You said there was
Let Mehdi respond,
please. You're lying.
Hamas terrorists.
Let Mehdi respond.
I never get through a single answer on this show.
Let Mehdi respond.
6 Hamas operatives were not killed. You claim they were killed. No evidence has been provided to the international media that there were 6 Hamas operatives there. In fact, the 6 photos that were released here, 2 of them were killed the day before. One of them was a well-known local firefighter who Israel had already dealt with. They were not 6 Hamas operatives who were killed in that strike. As for it being a mistake, how can it be a mistake, Piers, when it was a double? Can you shut up so I can finish a sentence?
It doesn't make it true.
Piers, am I going to get to speak on this show?
Jonathan, he let you speak. Let him speak.
But I mean, if you're going to lie and you're going to expect me to
sit
there
and accuse each other of lying all the time. So let Mehdi respond, then you can respond
and the world
back.
can see that Jonathan, we're on Piers Morgan. I get to speak. We're not in Gaza. You don't get to kill me as a journalist. I get to speak here and point out that the journalists were killed in a double-tap strike. There's no way you can call that a mistake.
The only thing you do in life
he
is
can't
speak.
shut up, can he, Piers?
The only thing you do in life is lie and take money from the Qataris
I'm going to keep speaking and make my point. Like I said. All right, let me know, Piers, when I can speak.
Jonathan, please let him respond.
Because he won't shut up. I need to be able to make a point.
No one can understand you when you talk over each other.
6 Hamas operatives were not killed.
Mehdi, finish your point.
Jonathan and his military love to do war crimes, and no one holds them to account.
Jonathan?
Nonsense. Israeli officers have been
who's gone to
from their
prison?
positions.
Jonathan, who's gone to prison?
Who's
gone to prison?
Israeli
you said
soldiers.
Nonsense, Jonathan. Who's gone to prison? I was right.
I said nonsense, which is everything that comes from your mouth is either Hamas propaganda or
Mehdi, let him
both.
answer.
And yes,
name the person who's gone to prison.
And
he's
yes,
not answering.
And
name
yes,
the person who's gone to prison. You and Alan Dershowitz cannot
I
name
can't understand what he's saying.
Israeli soldier who has gone to prison.
Mehdi,
let me hear him what he has to say.
IDF soldiers, yes, IDF soldiers have been disciplined and sent to military prison for misconduct, and there are still open investigations.
Not a single Israeli soldier has gone to prison for killing a Palestinian since October 2023.
By the military advocate general about
None.
they have. I don't remember the name, but I know
You're lying.
Of several
Anyone
Israeli
can Google
soldiers.
it right now.
No,
Jonathan Conricus is lying to you.
You can Google.
In April, 15 Palestinians
you can
were
say
killed.
whatever you want. You can continue
no one went to prison.
To make
it's
up
a fact.
half
Google
truths
it. Sky News has the story.
And sprinkle lies as much
We're
as you
on
want.
YouTube, Jonathan.
I know
People
for
can
a fact,
Google that you're lying right now.
I know for a fact that Israeli soldiers have been disciplined.
April 2025, 15 paramedics killed. Not a
for
single
someone who
soldier was
complains
charged.
about being interrupted,
Mehdi, you don't like it when he interrupts you, Mehdi. Let him speak.
I am interrupting Jonathan.
Yeah, but let him
interrupting
speak. You don't like it when he does it.
So I'm going to fact check your lies. That's how it works, Jonathan.
Mehdi, you're not in a position to fact check anything. You're a mouth for hire. You're a paid propagandist. Who are you to fact check anything?
The viewers are fact checking.
You are a mouth for hire with no moral tethering in the world. You're a mouthpiece for Hamas and for Qatari money. Who are you to fact check anybody?
April 2025.
Mehdi, you are a paid mouth.
April 2025.
You're a paid mouth in a suit. Who are you to fact check anybody?
April
Who are you to fact check? You have no legal standing. You have no moral standing. You have no factual standing, Mehdi.
April 2025.
The last time you visited anywhere near a war zone was maybe 20 years ago.
You realise nobody can understand the word you guys are saying, right? I mean, you do realise that.
Who are you to fact check,
They can see.
Do you realise when you both talk at the same time, nobody can hear either of you? You realise that, right? I mean, we all understand.
You should have got him to stop.
Everybody understands that when you both talk at once, nobody hears you. So I don't understand why you can't just take it in turns.
Well, you can both sides it, Piers, as you
both find the others interrupting. Well, you both hate the other one interrupting you, then you both do it yourselves. Why do you try and practice what you preach, the pair of you?
Be honest.
Huh?
Piers, who did all the interrupting for the first half of the show? Be honest.
I think if we actually add up now the number of interruptions, Mehdi, you're right up there with Jonathan.
Now, you don't get to start at the end. Well, you don't start at the end, Piers.
Even more than that, Mehdi. No, you're not reacting. You're instigating, and you are a
You just want to silence me, like you silence every journalist in Gaza. You kill journalists to silence them. You can't handle people. You can't handle the fact you can't kill me.
Sharia. You represent a hatred of Western society.
Right, Jonathan, let me ask you a question.
Dubious clandestine interests.
Let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Let me ask you a question, Jonathan.
I am Western.
Let me ask Jonathan a question, please.
Let me ask a question,
please. Please. Otherwise, I'll just stop it. It's pointless.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
What a waste of time.
Jonathan, I want to ask you a question, Jonathan.
I thought I was coming on to debate John Spencer.
I'm listening.
Not this ridiculous war criminal.
Yeah, you're ridiculous, Mehdi. A small man far away from action who represents nothing.
But I'm not a war criminal. You're the one who's in a military that's being investigated by the International Criminal Court and the International Court of Justice.
Okay.
A former member
You're part
of
of
the
a
military that
that's being
actually stands for
investigated
something
at
and
the
defends
ICJ
something.
and the ICC.
Not just a mouth for hire.
You were a Julius Streicher propagandist for the Israeli military.